of the whole House this afternoon. There is a motion on the approval of the revised debt ceiling for the national government by the chairperson, Sessional Committee on Delegated Legislation, that members will this afternoon be considering. A debate on this particular motion took place last week, but members did not vote on this bill. So this afternoon, this motion is lined up for consideration again, that the Senate adopts the report of the Sessional Committee on the Delegated Legislation on the consideration of the Public Finance Management National Government Amendment Regulations, and that pursuant to the provisions of Section 50, subsection 2 of the Public Finance Management Act, the Senate approves the amendments to the Public Finance Management National Government Regulations 2015 Principal Regulations as effected through legal notice number 89 of 2022, thus varying the public debt ceiling to an amount not exceeding 10 trillion shillings. A debate on this motion is a resumption of a similar debate that was interrupted on the Tuesday of 14th June 2022. It is a motion that will see members go into division and vote on whether they will be approving this variation on the public debt ceiling that the National Assembly already approved. So this afternoon, members will be taking positions on whether they will be approving this particular variation or not. There is also a motion on the adoption of the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget concerning the approval for the national government to guarantee Laikipia County government to borrow by issuance of 1.16 billion infrastructure bond. This is a motion by the Chairperson Standing Committee on Finance and Budget. Debate on this motion will also be resuming this afternoon, and members will go into division to make a position on this motion. This afternoon sitting, there is also a motion on the adjournment of the Senate Sine Die by the Senate Majority Leader that pursuant to Standing Order 28 and 29, the Senate do adjourn Sine Die. This afternoon, this House will also have an opportunity to also give their farewell message as the House adjourns Sine Die. At the entrance, the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Kenneth Lusaka, has stepped in. I will now hand you over for this live broadcast brought to you by PBU in partnership with KBC. Good afternoon.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we beseech you to behold with abundant favor and blessings us, your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to leadership positions in this republic. We seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable Senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the Speaker's Gallery this afternoon of a visiting delegation of potato and barley farmers from Entotol, Mileli Ward, Narok North Constituency, Narok County. They are in the Senate on the invitation of the Senator for Narok County, Senator Ledama Olekina MP. I request each member of the delegation to stand when called out so that you may be acknowledged in the Senate tradition. They are Ben Timene, Dan Tabash, Ngoibo Ngoitiko, Peter Kelele, Tubula Ngoshasa Dabash, and David Sururu. Honorable Senators, on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, I welcome the delegation to the Senate and wish them well for the remainder of the visit. I thank you. Senator Ledama Olekina. Senator Wambua.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to take this opportunity to join you in welcoming to the Senate a delegation from Narok North. I do understand, Mr. Speaker, from your communication that they are potato and barley farmers. Mr. Speaker, there are some jurisdictions in this world where the farmer is king, where farmers are respected and taken very good care of. The Speaker, in my interaction with the Senator for Narok, I've had him many, many times because I sit in the Committee of Roads, pushing our committee to ensure that there is proper road network in the farms around Narok North for purposes of ensuring that their barley and their potatoes can access markets without much difficulty. The Speaker, that is yet to happen, and I do believe that in the next dispensation, somebody will take very, very serious, we'll make sure that those roads are done, because the Speaker, as you speak today, I do understand there is a lot of potato in Narok North. But in most parts of the country, people are starving. We need to find a way of connecting the farmers with consumers and ensure that the work of these representatives of farmers from Narok North does not go to waste. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, having served with Senator Ledama Olekina, and at times we take very, very different positions on matters because we believe in proper representation. I have no doubt in my mind that in Senator Ledama Olekina, the people of Narok have the right representative in the Senate. So to ask the visiting delegation to pass this message to the people of Narok to make sure that they re-elect this able senator who has been very, very firm even in defending the Maasai culture. As you can see, even now he is donning Maasai attire to ensure that we bring him here to continue serving you and representing your interests. The Speaker, I welcome the delegation. Thank you.
Senator Mzurube.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. And I would like to join you in welcoming the delegation from Narok. And Honorable Speaker, this delegation must really be aware that they have a champion in their house in the name of Senator Olekina. Anytime issues are brought on the floor of this house, Senator Olekina ensures that he's also asking a take for Narok. When it comes to even money going to the counties, he has been very keen about ensuring that money is going to the counties, and he's never ashamed, he's never embarrassed of his people. He's so proud of his own, and I'm happy that even in the House, you can just see that he represents the Maasai, and there's no question about it, Honorable Speaker, because nonverbal communications speak a lot, even more than words do. So I hope that the people of Narok will give him the desire of his heart of representing them once more in this House. And I want to say that Honorable Olekina also is a strong champion of Azimio la Umoja, and he's one person who is solid and reliable, and I hope they'll give him a chance to continue being as solid as he is for the sake of the development of Narok. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Bogisho.
Mr. Speaker, I want to join you and join the senators in welcoming the delegation from Narok North and all the other delegations that are here. Mr. Speaker, a lot has been said about their representation here in the House, and I am very sure, Mr. Speaker, that the whole House agrees with the fact that Olekina has done a splendid job, not representing the Maasai, but really all the people who are disadvantaged and taken positions which require a firm stand and solid position in terms of, for example, Mr. Speaker, the Mau Forest and other things. So I'd like to say this is not because he's here, but this is the last chance for us to say something about your representative here. He represents the Maasai community all over, and I want to say thank you to him. But I want to welcome them and for them to know, Mr. Speaker, that they probably go into the annals of history as the last guests to this House as it is now constituted. It's a day they have come on a day when we are adjourning sine die, and therefore it will be very interesting for them to say we were the last ones for the 12th Parliament to be in the Senate as guests. And so I want to say thank you, and I don't know about all the others who have come. You're all welcome to the Senate. I know that sometimes when you come to the Senate, you may have an appetite to come in and sit in here. So that's your own progress, and I wish you well. Mr. Speaker, I want to say also thank you for the way that we have had a tradition in this House. The tradition of welcoming our guests to the Speaker has been just unique to the Senate, and I'd like to say that we have had the privilege of being the ones welcoming most members and explaining to them the role of the Senate, explaining to them why it's important for them to support the Senate, because this is where devolution lives and thrives and breathes. It's about here. So those of you who go out there, speak well of our Senate. I thank you, Speaker.
Senator Mogeni, Eric Okongo.
Mike, please. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to join you and Senator Ledama in welcoming our visitors from Narok North. Mr. Speaker, some of us who are neighbors of good county of Narok know that the best potatoes come from Narok North. So when we see these farmers here, we know that they contribute a lot to our food basket and the food security of our country, which is really very commendable. As we know, Mr. Speaker, more than 70% of our rural population depends on agriculture, and they contribute 33% of our GDP. So these are very important people to our economy, and I want to thank Senator Ledamo Olekina for making the initiative of inviting these farmers to the Senate. And I want you to go back with a message to the people of Narok that we value and respect your good senator of Narok. He has been very active on the floor, and I hope when you make a decision to vote on 9th of August, you will consider re-electing Ledama Oloikina. And Mr. Speaker, while our friends, the farmers from Narok North are here, it's also good to, as leaders, to say that as government, we need to work hard to ensure that we have good infrastructure for our rural population. I know that Narok North has a very poor road network. I hope Ledama, when the 5th becomes a president, you will fight hard so that Narok gets a good improved road network. I've seen, Mr. Speaker, how good road network benefits farmers and even their business. Just by getting tarmac from one of my constituencies in Borabu, from Tinderet, Metamayua, Mecheo to Nyansiongo, we are now able to move our tea very easily. The tea reaches Nyansiongo Tea Factory much faster than it used to, to reach before. And my farmers even expect good returns from tea. The bonus will most likely improve this year because of having a good road network. So I know if we fix the roads, these farmers will have good returns from their potato farming. So I hope, Senator Ledama, you will fight for your farmers, and I hope they will also give a promise that they will re-elect you. Finally, Mr. Speaker, they also need to know that they need to support a government that promises to fight corruption. People must know, Mr. Speaker, that unless we tackle this disease called corruption, we will never improve the lifestyles of our people. So good people of Narok, when you go back, look at the manifestos of all the parties that are seeking for presidency, and I hope you take time to read the manifesto of the Azimio coalition that has given a promise that it will fight corruption, and once we fight corruption, there will be a trickle-down effect. It is people of Narok and other parts of Kenya that will have good roads. So we thank you for visiting us and wish you a very safe trip back to Narok. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kinyua.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii. Nataka kuungana nawe kukaribisha ujumbe wa kutoka Narok kaskazini, wakulima wa viazi na shairi. Na jambo ambalo ningependa kusema ni ya kwamba ni dhahiri shahiri ya kwamba ukitembelea sehemu nyingi za Kenya na hasa sehemu ambazo kuna wakulima, unapata barabara si nzuri, barabara ni mbaya, kwa hivyo inakuwa ni vigumu kwao kutoa mazao yao kuleta sokoni. Ukiangalia sehemu hiyo, kwa sababu nimekuwa nikiongea na Senator Olekina tukiwa naye katika kamati ya Kawi, amekuwa akiangazia akisema kwamba hakuna stima. Hilo ni jambo ambalo limekuwa kizungumkuti pale. Kwa hivyo vile ambavyo ningependa kuambia ujumbe huu, kwa sababu hawa wanawakilisha watu wa kutoka upande huo, ni vizuri waseme vizuri ya kwamba Senator amekuwa akipigania mambo ya stima iweze kupelekwa sehemu ile, kama vile ndugu yangu alivyosema Wamboya kwamba amekuwa kipaumbele akipigania mambo ya barabara. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri ijulikane ya kwamba kama serikali inapaswa kuwa ikiangazia mambo ya barabara, na si barabara peke yake, kwa sababu ukipata kitu kama shahiri na vile viazi, unapata inakuwa ni vigumu wao kupeleka sokoni. Na kama kungekuwa pengine na stima sehemu zile, wangeweza hata kutengeneza zile zinaitwa cold rooms, mahali ambapo wanaweza kuweka viazi vyao, na wakati bei zimekuwa nzuri wanaweza wakaenda wakauza. Hilo ndio jambo ambalo linapaswa kushughulikiwa. Olekina leo tunataka kumpongeza kwa sababu yeye ni mmoja wa wale ambao wamesema ya kwamba utamaduni ni mpaka udumishwe. Yeye ni kielelezo tosha katika nchi yetu ya Kenya ya kwamba yeye anazingatia utamaduni, na si utamaduni peke yake. Amekuwa akisema ya kwamba utamaduni ukidumishwa, vile amekuwa akipigania haki za kabila ya Maa na sisemi ya kwamba yeye ni mkabila, lakini anajua mahali ametoka, amekuwa akipigania na amepigania zaidi. Lakini nikimaliza, kile ambacho ningependa kusema ni ya kwamba wakulima watafaidika zaidi na zaidi na watu ambao wanaishi maisha ya chini, tuwainue wakijiunga na serikali ambayo inakuja, na ile ninajua itaongozwa na Mheshimiwa William Samoei Arap Ruto, kwa sababu hiyo inazingatia watu walio chini kuwainua juu. Wakulima wako chini watainuliwa juu. Wale wote, kwa lugha ya ile ambayo inasikia naambiwa hapa, wanaitwa mahustlers. Na watu wote wengi wa Kenya ni mahustlers. Wanaweza kujimudu kimaisha, na hata wale ambao wanavaa nguo za mtumba wana haki kisheria katika nchi yetu ya Kenya kufanya ile biashara yao kidogo ili waweze kuinuliwa. Na tukiwainua kiuchumi itakuwa ni jambo ambalo itasaidia sana. Kwa hivyo mimi nasema na Ole Kina najua yeye hata japokuwa kwa mlengo ule mwingine, yeye ana imani ya kwamba hustlers ni mpaka wainuliwe juu waweze kuwa watu wanategemewa katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Bwana Spika, nasema asante sana.
Senator Masinza Shionga.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to join you in welcoming the delegation from Narok, where our Airport Senator Ole Kina Ledama comes from. You are most welcome and feel at home. Mr. Speaker, so I want just to encourage the delegation from Narok, who are farmers of potatoes and barley, that you are in the right track. And you remember, or you can, as we are aware, it falls directly under agricultural crops. And the agricultural crops is devolved. And when we talk about devolution, that is the work we do here in Senate. We protect the counties, and agriculture falls directly under us. And your senator here does a lot to protect you as citizen of Narok. You have chosen the right leader, the leader whom I can admire if I were in Narok, that you re-elect him so that he can continue with the good work that he started, despite the fact that every term must come at the end, but always think about what your leader has done to you to re-elect. He deserved re-election. Mr. Speaker, also I want to say that agriculture plays a very vital role. And we are looking at agriculture employing around 40% of the employees in Kenyan citizens. So you are in one way employees of your own people. So I encourage you to continue, because potato and barley is just part of the farm product that we encourage our citizens to continue, or we encourage them to plant, because they serve as main key food for Kenyans. And even when it comes to importation, then they bring or they contribute much to the economy of this country. So I just want to say, and in conclusion, that farmers really enjoy their product when the economy is good. And we are praying that the economy of Kenya improves, and especially in the agricultural sector. So I want just to say, feel most welcome and feel at home. And I wish you to re-elect Ole Kina Ledama so that he can come here and we continue working together. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I congratulate you for welcoming them.
Senator Rose Nyamunga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to join you in welcoming the delegation from Narok. To this assembly, we want to thank you very much for visiting us, although it is the last time we are sitting. Still, you are welcome. And I wish you had come much earlier, because from this Senate you learn a lot. Even if you are a farmer in Narok, you also learn a lot from the Senate. And also from your able representative, who is Senator Ledama Lekina, who has been very, very active in issues affecting the county governments. And we know very well that agriculture is the backbone of this country. Without agriculture, I can tell you, we don't have anything else that we can show the world or show anybody in this region. So I want to say that farmers should always be supported to do their work. For example, if you are a potato farmer, it's not only farming potato, but you should go a long way to do value addition on that potato so that you get maximum. You know, farmers just get the minimum that because the product is bought at the farm, and then there are so many middlemen. But if we can work on things like industries in Narok itself, so that there is a chain reaction from the farmer, you can own those things. You can be the middlemen and you can be the manufacturers. So that is allowed, and I want to encourage you that farming is good. We want to encourage our senator, and we hope that you are going to elect him again, because he's a very able, young, very pragmatic leader that should continue to lead the people of Narok, and also even to lead this country from this platform. So thank you so much for visiting us, and thank you, Senator Lekina. I believe and I know that these people believe in you, and they will give you another chance to serve them in the capacity as a senator. Thank you.
And finally, Senator Lekina.
Mr. Speaker, let me begin by thanking you for your magnanimity in allowing the delegation from Narok North to actually sit in the Speaker's gallery. You know, that shows a lot of humility on your part, and for that, I'm sure even them and everyone watching these proceedings will recognize that effort. Mr. Speaker, I also want to thank all my colleagues for the kind words that they have had this afternoon on my part, and also for welcoming these farmers from Narok and Tontol area in Melili Ward. Mr. Speaker, Melili Ward is known to be one of the leading parts of this country that produces potatoes. These farmers have been facing a lot of challenges in terms of potato regulations. When you see sacks of potatoes being carried, or rather being sold by or bought by the brokers to be sold in Marikiti in Nairobi, one sack is about 2 full sacks of potatoes. So the prices have always been the big challenge. I know the not to harass the farmers. And I think it behooves us as Parliament and also the Senate to ensure that we protect these farmers. Agriculture is devolved, and these farmers need our protection. They need our protection. We need to be able to ensure that we enhance the legislation to guarantee maximum returns on the farmers. Mr. Speaker, these farmers from Melili Ward also have a big challenge in terms of getting electricity connectivity in their area. Mr. Speaker, if you go to Melili Ward, you will think you are living somewhere in the Bundus, you know, somewhere where it's not even a civilized nation, because there is no electricity. The place is completely dark, you know, and I do hope that the Ministry of Energy can be able to really consider extending the last mile project into this area. This is an area where if the road network is constructed, or rather it's improved, these farmers can be able to benefit. So, Mr. Speaker, I do not want to belabor, but I just want to say to the farmers that this is a place where you can be able to get your issues dealt with. You can also get full representation. And I hope that when you go back to Narok, you'd be able to share the sentiments from my colleagues on the kind of work that we do here. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. I will come down and ensure that you also get to enjoy a meal from the Senate, courtesy of yours truly, so that at least when you go back home, you will say the senator was also magnanimous, following the footsteps of the speaker in ensuring that even us can be able to enjoy a meal. Because this is a public place. And this is a place where you need to come in and you control it. And then finally, Mr. Speaker, with the words of my people, and Aisha Ogule, may you remain with blessings and always walk in beauty. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for your contributions. I have another communication to make. Honorable Senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from Ecumenical Lutheran Church of Kenya, Kongoi Secondary School in Nakuru County, who are on an academic trip. Honorable Senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them and on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. Thank you. Okay, Senator Matzayo.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, kwanza nataka kukushukuru kwa kunipa nafasi hii na niweze kukuunga wewe mkono kwa kuwakaribisha wanafunzi kutoka maeneo ya huko Kericho. Ni Kericho? Kutoka Narok, Nakuru. Haya, karibisha wanafunzi waliokuja hapa kujifundisha na kusikia na kuona, kujionea kabisa vile mambo ya Senate na wabunge wa Senate wanavyofanya, na tumaini baada ya kuona wataingiwa na moyo ya kwamba siku moja pia wao wana uwezo wa kuja ndani ya Senate na kuwa maseneta. Na hakika kwamba wakitoka hapa leo wakienda nyumbani, basi kuna maseneta kadha wameweza kutengezwa ambao miaka mingi baada sisi tumeondoka hapa wataweza kuingia. Ya pili, Bwana Spika, pia nataka nikuunge mkono kwa kuwakaribisha ndugu zetu kutoka pande zile za Narok. Hawa ndugu zetu wametoka pande zile za Narok kuja kujionea pia. Hao kama viongozi kutoka huko nyumbani wanaweza kujionea vile ambavyo tunaweza utenda kazi wa Senate unaendelea namna gani, hata ijapokuwa kwamba leo ni siku yetu ya mwisho. Wamebahatika kuwa na sisi, wameweza kujionea jinsi ya vile kazi ya Senate inavyoendelea na mijadiliano pia inavyokuwa inatendeka katika bunge letu la Senate. La muhimu ni kwamba maeneo yale ambayo wanatoka ni maeneo kwamba mmoja wetu hapa anaitwa Ledama Olekina, yeye ni seneta wa pande hiyo ya Narok na ni seneta mchapakazi. Nataka kuwaambia kwamba kama kuna seneta ambaye angefaa kuendelea na kazi, sio kuchaguliwa tena bali kuendelea, nikiwaambia ndugu zangu kama viongozi, mkirudi nyumbani muone ya kwamba huyu seneta Ledama memwangalia kwa macho mawili na kwamba mtamuombea Mungu ili aweze kuregea tena hapa Senate aweze kuwatumikia. Ni mchapa kazi na sisi tunamuona na tunajua, na tunawaambia wazi kabisa ya kwamba hamukupiga sipo bali mlipiga ndipo. Asante Bwana Spika.
Senator Olekina, you wanted to say? I hope not on the same.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, once again, let me thank you for welcoming the students from Nakuru. I met with some of the students who came and said a lot to me outside Parliament. And I just want to encourage them to be able to dream higher. I always believe that your dream cannot chase you. You're the only person who can be able to chase your dream. So if you believe it, you can be able to achieve anything you set your goals to. You know, we were once students, and we always continue being students. You never stop being a student. But this is an opportunity for you, because the Bible talks about generations. You're in a completely different generation from our generation. You are what we call now Generation Z. This is an opportunity for you to be able to learn from the previous generations, like the millennials, which I believe I fall in that category. And you see the mistake we've made so that you do not make that mistake. Technology is something that you must embrace so that you can be able to improve how you live and how you communicate. Most of you have smartphones. We never had smartphones. Most of you wear shoes when you go to school. We didn't have shoes when we were going to school. This is really an opportunity for you to dream higher. So I want to end by encouraging you to chase your dream. Remember, your dream will never chase you back. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Professor Margaret Kamar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to welcome the students to this chamber. Mr. Speaker, all of us were students long time ago. And I want to remind the students that we are who we are because of the tips we were given by leaders at the time, the tips were given by teachers at the time, and we are who we are because we remained steadfast and focused. I want to tell these students that being focused when you are in school and doing that which will take you far will pay back. I want to remind these students that we know that you are victims of COVID-2019. COVID disrupted your studies. And I feel for this group of students because they didn't have the number of years that the previous students had. But all the same, I want to remind these students that being focused at this time will take you very far. We don't want to look back at what happened. It affected all students in the whole country, and we want to encourage you to go and work hard and make sure that you progress to the next level. I want to remind these students that you don't dream big when you have become big. You dream big when you are still small. I want to remind them that if they stay focused now and dream of the future, they will reach there. Some of us, when we were very young girls, we told ourselves we'll reach the university, and that's how we reached the university. We focused, and we were determined to reach there. So I want to remind these students that your dreams are now. Your dreams are when you are still in uniform, not after. And when you leave your school, secondary school, and proceed to university, you should know exactly what you are going to do. So I want, on behalf of the senators, to remind you students that the sky is the limit. And when we say the sky is the limit, it is because you can recreate yourself, you can build yourself, if you stay focused, if you stay disciplined. I want to remind our students also, and students all over this country, that discipline takes you very far. It is not only academics, but self-discipline is very, very important in life. And so I want to tell these students and students in the whole country that it doesn't pay to be destructive in a school, because we have seen students destroy, and the only people who suffer at the end of the day is their own parents, who will have to pay for the damages, and life continues for everybody else. So we want to encourage you to remain focused, stick to your education, because education is a very short part of your life, but it determines what you will be in the future. So if you have to take anything from this Senate, please work hard, and your future will be shaped by how you handle yourself in school. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I join you in welcoming these students and wishing them well, even as they go to finish their studies. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Nderitu, as we check some.
Asante Bwana Spika, nataka kuungana na wewe kuwakaribisha wanafunzi katika kikao hiki cha Seneti na niwaambie kwamba ni kitu cha manufaa zaidi kutia masomo mbele, kwa sababu masomo ndio uti wa mgongo wa maendeleo katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Na ni vizuri kwa sababu viongozi wote walioko hapa, hawa ni wale ambao wamekuwa wakitia mkazo katika wakati walipokuwa vijana, walitilia mkazo katika masomo yao. Na niwaambie wanafunzi ya kwamba wakati huu ndio unaweza kutengeneza maisha yako ya usoni, kwa sababu Waswahili wanasema udongo ufinyange ikiwa ungali mbichi. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri, nataka kuwaambia ni vizuri mtie bidii katika masomo yenu, kwa sababu mkitia bidii katika masomo yenu, chochote ambacho unachokitarajia kukifanya ama kuwa katika maisha yako ya mbeleni utakipata kweli. Lakini ni mambo mawili, masomo uyatilie mbele, alafu nidhamu uweze kuifuatilia. Asante Bwana Spika.
Senator Professor Ongeri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to welcome the students to this Senate sitting. Having been myself a professor at the University of Nairobi, one of the things that I learned through my studentship or scholarship is humility, politeness, and obedience. And I have an inquisitive mind, an inquiring mind, that will carry you to where you want to be in life. Always know what is around you, what's about you, and what your friends are doing. And do not do anything that upsets or annoys your friends, because that's the beginning of quarrels and trouble. Your teachers are there to guide you. You have been in a privileged position to be having free tuition at the secondary section. And soon after this, after the new elections in 2022, 9th of August, there is a promise that there will be free tuition and free education from the primary sector to the secondary sector, all the way to the university sector. The ball is in your court. It's how you handle it that will determine your future. You are making your future today and not tomorrow. I wish you well, and I know that you are going to excel in your exams and in your endeavors, wherever you are. And first and foremost, obey the laws of this land. Do not be persuaded by an iota, by anybody, to enter into antisocial activities, particularly some of these drugs which are lurking around in the society. They will be able to retard your memory, they will retard your sharpness, your intellectual ability and capability, and therefore you need to be able to shape yourself in a Christian way, or whichever way it is, and stay true to the cause of scholarship. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and for this opportunity to welcome our students to this Senate sitting.
Senator Masinza.
Thank you once more again, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity this last day to welcome or to join you in welcoming a student from Kongoi Second School in Nakuru County. I just want to encourage the student, and I want to say you are most welcome in this house, the house that you can learn more, and I know you are in the right institution. Even where you study, it is the right institution, and that is why your teachers thought that it was wise to bring you here to make a trip to come and visit your parliament, where the laws and policies of these countries are met. I just want to also encourage you that education shapes a person into a person that becomes responsible in the society. And for you to become responsible in the society, first of all, the background must be your education. And I want also to say that the teachers who just navigated around and thought that the parliament should be the right place for you to be here, and see your leaders. Your leaders are here, they represent you well, and it is good that you came and you are here with us. So what I want to say is that being the last session for us being here, I want to wish you also that being the last term in the education or in the education term or this term, I want to wish you all the best in your exams. For those who are proceeding to another class, I want to wish you all the best. For those who are finishing and moving to another level of your academics, I want to wish you all the best in your exams and be the best of you. And some, I know you will be here, you will come here. We have made it here because we shaped our life through education. And we followed exactly what teachers told us. And that your teachers are the people who sit with you 75%, unlike your parents. Follow what your teachers tell you, and you will be the best. Thank you very much, and we welcome you. God bless you all.
Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. From the onset, I want to welcome our very good students to the Senate. I think from Kongoi Secondary School, if I heard it right, from Nakuru City County. I know you are aware now, Nakuru is a city. County, and a number of us who come from Rift Valley normally pass through Nakuru. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask them to learn. I know these our future leaders. We want them to work hard and smart in school so that one day and one time they'll be able to sit here and legislate and oversight and represent the people from across the 47 counties. Mr. Speaker, I know their memories. I wish they would have come early, but a number of senators here, some maybe they have heard or read through books, and they are lucky today to meet Senator Amos Wako, who is the longest serving Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya and the current Senator of Busia. And I know it's an honor to them. Senator Professor Sam Ongeri, who was a former Minister of Education, Health, and many dockets in various government. He was an ambassador. And a number of us who have served, even Senator Professor Margaret Kamar, who was the Minister of Higher Education, Senator Wambu, who also was a teacher, and a number of us, I think they have learned, have interacted, and they have spotted the only Maasai, Mr. Speaker, who has traditional wear of Maasai, Senator Ledama Olekina. So they can see this the house of union. They can see that this is a house where reasoning prevails over everything. Mr. Speaker, I wish them well. And by the way, Mr. Speaker, on record, Nakuru County is one of the unique counties. You remember our colleague, Senator Kihika. She's a woman, and she has served very well as a senator in this house. Interestingly, Mr. Speaker, God willing, Nakuru County and Senator Sionga and Senator Nyamunga should listen to this, and Senator Beatrice Kwamboka should listen to this. Nakuru might end up, and Senator Zani, Nakuru might end up in the history of Kenya electing a senator who is a woman by gender, Senator, I think Senator Tabitha Karanja, and might end up electing a woman governor, Senator Susan Kihika. So Nakuru, we are proud of you. We hope you will make history by representing and presenting where we'll have a woman senator and a woman governor, and that will be the history in the Republic of Kenya. And I wish you well, and Mr. Speaker, we wish them well as they go back to their schools. I thank you.
Senator Lagat, Christopher.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for also giving me this opportunity to welcome the students from Nakuru County, I hear Kongoi Secondary School. I want to welcome you to this particular great house, the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. And this is a great place that you can learn a lot of your history and civics. And I would like also to thank the teachers who decided with a lot of wisdom to bring you to this particular house so that you may learn so many things. You will get an opportunity to learn a lot from the Parliament of the Republic of Kenya, which has the lower house, that is the National Assembly, and the upper house, which is the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. This is a very important house on matters to do with legislation, on matters to do with the oversight projects of our counties, and many other good functions. So welcome, students. I want to tell you that once upon a time, Chinua Achebe, I think things fall apart, says when you see the king's mouth, you might be tempted to think that he never suckled the mother. When you see the senators here, you might be tempted to think that we were not students, but we were students like you, we were young like you. The difference is only a matter of time and you'll be here. So what I want to tell you, students, is that be very disciplined in school and work very hard, because you have seen that things have changed. Maybe during in the next term or so, people with a lot of education will be required to be in such places so that you become very informative. So I want to say that work very hard in your school, be very disciplined. We really admire Nakuru County for so many things. And I want to say that I'm very happy, Mr. Speaker. I was a student in Nakuru County, that was in Nakuru High School and Menengai. And whenever I see a student from Nakuru County, it makes me proud. So I want to thank you, students. I want also to thank the teachers and actually tell them the work you are doing to this country is great. I would like to encourage you, teachers, to continue the good work that you are doing to our children by nurturing them to become responsible members of society in future. That is very encouraging. Though teaching profession has a lot of challenges that we normally experience, but nevertheless, the work that you're doing as teachers is great. So students, welcome. When you go back to Nakuru County, go and work so hard in school, do very well and go to university, study, and make your vision realized in future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank you.
Senator Kidhui Ngugi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to join you in welcoming students from Kongoi Secondary School. Honorable Speaker, this school is special to me because I also schooled in Rift Valley, Kuresoi, and particularly Boron Secondary School. And this school was our sister and brother school. And therefore, this is a school that I know too well. And the reason as to why I've decided to talk to these guys, because I know that place very well. It's a place of hardship, but I want to assure you that having come all the way to Senate today, you can also make it in life. Don't look at what is surrounding you. Don't look at your background. With focus and determination, you can be anything that you want in life. Myself, I was there. I was in Boron. And you know that Boron Secondary School was not as prestigious as your school. But by the grace of God, I went all the way to the University of Nairobi, and here I am. If I made it, you can also make it. All the best to those that are graduating. All the best in your endeavors. God bless you. Hope to have a photo with you after this session. It reminds me of the journey that I have walked this far. God bless you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Amos Wako.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity and join you and others in welcoming the students of Kongoi Secondary School. My colleagues have said it all, and I do not want to repeat what they have said. I just want to tell the students that normally we are a full house with a lot of activity, and therefore what you are seeing here is not typical of a normal session of the Senate. In a secondary school, students, you are now at a stage, a very critical stage, in forming the basis, the basic foundation of your future. It's at this stage that you become teenagers. It's at this stage that you develop a vision of what you want to be in the future. It is at this stage that you develop your character properly. And I want to assume that because your sponsoring body, I suppose, is Ecumenical Lutheran Church of Kenya, that the school is also founded on a firm moral Christian or religious basis. To me, that is important, because one of the key evils in our society today is the fact that we lack a national ethos, a proper, positive national ethos to govern our society. It is that we applaud issues such as corruption. It is that we applaud negative aspects of ethnicity. And I want to believe that your school is bringing you up in a way in which you will grow up ethically, with a strong moral foundation, with discipline, and with the fear of Almighty God, which our own Constitution recognizes in the preamble and in the opening articles of the Constitution. We recognize God. And I hope that the school, the teachers who are with you, are emphasizing also those aspects. That is not just the academic, in which you must excel, and you must excel, but it's also in your personal development in the right way, which will help this society to move away from what has been bringing this society down, as I have stated. I personally, when I was in high school, I did visit this parliament, and my memories were to see the likes of Tom Boyer, the likes of Mwai Kibaki, the likes of Speaker Humphrey Slade, actually conducting affairs and debating matters and so on. And I believe that's partly what really inspired me to be what I am today. And I do hope that when you look down at us here, you'll also similarly be inspired by what the Senate does, what the senators do, and be inspired in the direction of leadership. But leadership is not the only direction in which you should be inspired. You should be inspired in the direction of the arts, of the sciences, of the technology, and the other areas of human endeavor. So I wish you all the best, and thank you for coming to see us on our last day. It is like we are blessed by the students of Kongoi Secondary School. Thank you.
Finally, Senator Mwaura Isaac. You left, okay, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements. Order number 8, the Election Campaign Financing Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 37 of 2021, second reading, resumption of debate.
Senator Wambua, who was on the floor, it's not there. No one wants to contribute? Senator Ledama, approach the chair. What's your point of order, Senator?
Mr. Speaker, I'm looking at the order paper, and there are two very critical motions that we need to be able to discuss. One of them is, which are in the order paper, deals with the issue of the debt ceiling, and the other one also deals with the sine die motion. From the look, we don't have numbers at the moment, so I wanted to request that you suspend the sitting for about 15 minutes so that we can be able to consult and know the way forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I request Senator Farhia to second.
Okay, it's not a motion, so I think using my discretion, standing order number 1, I suspend the sitting for 15 minutes. Okay, honorable senators, I want to call the House to order. Let's have the next order. Order number 19.
Order number 19, motion, approval of the revised debt ceiling for the national government division.
The bell to be rung for 5 minutes. Leaders, can you approach? Okay, tell us. Me, I'm ready. Members, can you start? Order, take your seats now. Okay, order, senators. I put the question, which is that the Senate adopts the report of the sessional committee on delegated legislation on the consideration of the Public Finance Management National Government Amendment Regulations, legal notice number 89 of 2022, laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 14th June 2022, and that pursuant to the provisions of Section 52 of the Public Finance Management Act, the Senate approves the amendments to the Public Finance Management National Government Regulations 2015, principal regulations as effected through legal notice number 89 of 2022, thus varying the public debt ceiling to an amount not exceeding 10 trillion shillings. Okay, let's have the tellers. Yep, we are starting the vote now.
Senator Adan Duro Fatuma, Isiolo County.
Speaker, I vote.
Vote Dulo, Senator Dulo.
I vote yes, Speaker.
Senator Ali Abdurai Ibrahim, Wajir County. Senator Boy Isa Juma, Kwale County.
I vote yes.
Senator Cherarke Samson, Nandi County. Senator Cheriot Aaron, Kericho County. Senator Haji Abdul Mohammed, Garissa County.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote yes.
Senator Harikura Godana, Marsabit County. Senator Imana Malakai Charles, Turkana County. Senator Kajwang Moses, Homa Bay County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kamar Margaret, Uasin Gishu County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kangata Irungu, Moranga County. Senator Hanir George, Vihiga County.
Senator Haneri, vote.
Mr. Speaker, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
My vote is yes, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kibiru Charles, Kirinyaga County. Senator Kihika Susan, Nakuru County. Senator Kimani Wamatangi, Kiambu County. Senator Kindiki Kithure, Tharaka Nithi County. Senator Kirinyaga Ephraim Maina, Nyeri County. Senator Langat Christopher, Bomet County. Senator Lelewel Tumbesi, Samburu County. Senator Linturi Mithika, Meru County. Senator Loitiptip Annual, Lamu County. Senator Mazayo Stewart, Kilifi County.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote yes.
Senator Mahmoud Mohamed Maalim, Mandera County. Senator Malala Cleophas, Kakamega County. Senator Mbito Michael Malinga, Trans Nzoia County.
Senator Mbito.
Senator Mbogo George Ochiro Ayako, Migori County. Senator Mogeni Eric Okongo, Nyamira County. Senator Moi Gideon, Baringo County. Senator Mpayei Philip, Kajiado County.
Senator. Yes, Senator Mary.
Senator Murkomen Kipchumba, Elgeyo Marakwet County. Senator Mudhama Agnes, Machakos County. Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., Makueni County. Senator Mwangi Paul Githiomi, Nyandarua County. Senator Mwaruma Jones Mwasushe, Taita Taveta County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Mwinyihaji Mohamed Faki, Mombasa County. Senator Nderitu John Kinywa, Laikipia County. Senator Ndwiga Peter Njeru, Embu County.
I vote yes.
Senator Olekina Ledama, Narok County. Senator Ongeri Samson, Kisii County. Senator Orengo James, Siaya County.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote yes.
Senator Outa Frederick Otieno, Kisumu County.
Kisumu votes yes, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Pogisho Samuel, West Pokot County.
Mr. Speaker, West Pokot votes yes.
Senator Sakaja Johnson, Nairobi City County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote no.
Senator Wako Amos, Busia County.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote yes.
It is okay. We have a team and they're even here. He's not. He's not. I could have seen it. Senator Wambua Enoch, Kitui County. Senator Wario Golich Juma, Tana River County. Senator Wetangula Moses, Bungoma County.
What's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I think there's a problem with the network. There are people who are trying to log in, they are not able to. Is it possible to suspend the voting for some time as we try to fix the network issue? Because people are trying to log in and they're not able to log in. You know? Can we suspend the voting? Mr. Speaker, is it possible? We suspend the voting for some time, Mr. Speaker. Kindly. And then we fix these network issues and then we see whether we can get enough votes. That's the idea. Wait. Votes. Please. Understanding order number 1.
No. What we do is order. They will.
Understanding order number.
I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes to sort out the network problem. Only 5 minutes, then they'll repeat the names.
Okay.
As he repeats, they are sorting out.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Senator Ali Abdurai Ibrahim, Wajir County. Senator Cherad K. Samson, Nandi County.
Senator Malala has just sent a message to say Shionga should vote on behalf of Kakamega.
Senator Cheriot Aaron, Kericho County. Senator Harigura Godana, Marsabit County. Senator Imana Malakai Charles, Turkana County. Senator Kangata Irungu, Moranga County. Senator Kibiru Charles, Kirinyaga County. Senator Kihika Susan, Nakuru County. Senator Kimani wa Matangi, Kiambu County. Senator Kindiki Kithure, Tharaka Nithi County.
Can you vote, Senator Mahmoud?
No. Senator Kirinyaga Ephraim, Nyeri County. Senator Langat Christopher, Bometi County.
I vote yes.
Senator Lelewel Tumbesi, Samburu County. Senator Linturi Mithika, Meru County. Senator Loitiptip Annual, Lamu County. Senator Mahmoud Mohamed Marim, Mandera County.
Senator Mahmoud, vote.
I vote yes, the Speaker.
Senator Marala Kilofas, Kakamega County.
No, they have said it. Let's hold on. They're saying it might be challenged because it needs to be in writing.
Senator
You will see.
Senator Mbito Michael, Trans Nzoia County. Senator Mbogo George Ochiro Ayako, Migori County.
I vote yes.
Senator Mugeni Eric Okongo, Nyamira County.
I vote yes.
Senator Moi Gideon, Baringo County.
I vote yes.
Senator Mpayei Philip, Kajiado County.
Senator.
Senator Murkomen Kipchumba, Elgeyo Marakwet County. Senator Mudhama Agnes, Machakos County. Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., Makueni County. Senator Mwangi Paul Githiomi, Nyandarua County. Senator Mwinyihaji Mohamed Faki, Mombasa County.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote yes.
Senator Nderitu John Kinyua, Laikipia County. Senator Olekina Ledama, Narok County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Ongeri Samson, Kisii County.
Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Wambua Enoch Kiyo, Kitui County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Wario Golich Juma, Tana River County. Senator Wetangura Moses, Bungoma County. Senator Ali Abdullahi Ibrahim, Wajir County.
Okay, I vote yes.
Senator Cherari K. Samson, Nandi County.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I vote no.
Senator Cheruiyot Aaron, Kericho County.
Mr. Speaker, the people of Kericho have told me to be patriotic and protect their country. I cannot allow wastage of 1 trillion. I vote no.
Senator Rigura Godana, Marsabit County. Senator Imana Malakai Charles, Turkana County. Senator Kangata Irungu, Moranga County. Senator Kibiru Charles, Kirinyaga County. Senator Kihika Susan, Nakuru County. Senator Kimani Wamatangi, Kiambu County. Senator Kithure Kindiki, Tharaka Nithi County. Senator Kirinyaga Ephraim Mwangi Maina, Nyeri County. Senator Lelewel Tumbesi, Samburu County. Senator Linturi Mithika, Meru County. Senator Loitiptip Annual, Lamu County. Senator Malala Kilofas, Kakamega County. Senator Mbito Michael, Trans Nzoia County.
Mr. Speaker, Trans Nzoia votes yes.
Senator Mpayei Philip, Kajiado County.
Senator.
Senator Murkomen Onesimus Kipchumba, Elgeyo Marakwet County.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes. I vote yes.
Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., Makueni County. Senator Mwangi Paul Githiomi, Nyandarua County. Senator Nderitu John Kinywa, Laikipia County.
Mr. Speaker, napiga ndio.